What's up, you guys? Darty here. Thank you for checking out this channel, and thank you for checking out this video. This video is a deck profile of my Fiendsmith Yummy deck. I've been playing with the Yummy engine for about a few months whenever I have the free time. I know a lot of people are currently messing with this deck and are trying a lot of different things. The pure version is very, very good, but I wanted to try the Fiendsmith version because the Fiendsmith cards are almost at full power in the TCG. So here's my list, and I'm going to talk about it. So I have an OTS tournament this upcoming Saturday. I almost said Tuesday. This is the deck I'm going to be playing. I'm not sure about the side. I'm still kind of tinkering with it. I'm going to do a lot of test playing with my friends Friday night. I'm not sure what kind of vlogging I want to do, but I'm for sure going to be vlogging the OTS tournament. But without further ado, here we go. The new Yummy monsters. So all the Yummy monsters do two things. They either do something when they're normal or special summoned, or if they're summoned off the effect of a synchro monster, they do something. All the Yummy synchro monsters bring them back, but we'll get to that part. So Cupsy Yummy, when it's summoned, searches any Yummy card. If it's special summoned by a Yummy monster, by a synchro monster, you draw a card instead. And then usually we would play 3 of each, but I am not playing the Obedience School package because I feel like this weekend a lot of people are trying to Chain Disappearance, and I'm very afraid that if I Obedience Schooled, all my guys are going to be gone. That's why we're playing the Fiendsmith package. So we're playing 3 Yummy, 2 Cookie, and 2 Lolly. So as I said, usually you would play 3 of each. Cookie. On summon, targets a monster and it loses 1,000 attack. And if it's special summoned by a synchro monster, it destroys that monster instead. So it's good for not going second, but it's good for second interruption. And then Lollipop says when it's summoned, shuffle a card from graveyard in the deck, or if you summon it off a synchro monster effect, banish it instead. So all these cards are essentially 1-card starters to go into your whole extra deck. But unfortunately, this deck does have its flaws, but we'll get there when we get there. The field spell, Accrui and Minion. We'll go Minion first. So Minion's amazing. Minion says you get 500 attack for each light beast on the field. So all your little weak little cat guys are going to become very big and beefy very fast. So this field spell, Minion, is one of the main win conditions because it's very important to try and get all your little dudes. Sorry, there's a work truck driving by. Anyway, with Minion, it's very important to try and buff up your little guys and go for game. Minion also, when you have a level 1 Link monster, lets you special summon a level 1 Yummy. So it's very important for the combo. And then Accrui is pretty much just a defense. When you synchro summon a light beast, it pops a card, and then when a card on your field leaves the field by your opponent's card effect, special summon a Yummy from your deck. And then the cool thing about these cards is when they're in your graveyard, you target them, and then up to 2 Yummy cards in your bench or graveyard. So you're going to shuffle a total of 3. So you're going to target this, and then 2 of your Yummy cards, and they all go to the bottom of the deck to use for a later game. I have to double check to make sure I'm not feeding you guys information. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 2 Yummy monsters in your graveyard, place this card and them on the bottom of the deck in any order. So yeah, the fact that these just recycle everything is really good. So I think it's really cool that you can just keep using everything late game. And then 1 Surprise. So there's a nasty combo with Surprise. We'll go later on. But Surprise does 3 things. Either compulses by targeting 2 of your beasts, light beasts, and 2 of your opponents. I'm not sure if it's cards or monsters. 2 cards. So it compulses any 2 cards. It specials a Yummy, but it can't attack, and I'm not going to lie, I don't use the 3rd effect that much. It returns 1 field spell from my field or grave. Oh, the 3rd effect lets me add a field spell from my graveyard to my hand and then place it again. I have not used the 3rd effect. Mostly, you're going to be using the 1st effect to clear for game often. So that's the Yummy package. So usually when you play the Yummy package, it's 1/1. Some people play 2, and then it's just 3 of every cat. But as I said, we're playing the Fiendsmith stuff, so it is what it is. So now, the most annoying cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone's tired of seeing these, me too. But they're very good, so no really explanation needed on how good these cards are. Your hand traps, we're playing a butt ton of hand traps. Since K9 Vanquish Soul is going to be the best deck, we want to max out on drawing. And then we are going to get Charming ourselves, so we got an Ash. And then we're playing lots of trap hand traps. So we're playing 3 Impulse, 3 Purge, and 3 Songs. we're currently playing 18 hand traps. It seems a little outrageous, and it feels a little outrageous. I'm experimenting with playing 17. I want to take out a songs, but right now this full hand trap lineup just feels very right. Opening up impulse and songs is great because you go songs, or you play impulse first, then songs, and then songs is going to activate since you have a trap engraved to add purge. So just off all that, you're going to have so much interruption that you don't even really feel bad for using stuff. And then your hand trap stoppers, cross out, called by, and then I wasn't playing thrust at first, but with Izuna going turn 0, you always want to make sure you have something. So this is my turn 0 stopping package, quote unquote, is what I called it, as a joke. Alright, so that's the main deck. I gotta pull out Minion quickly, or not Minion, I gotta pull out Surprise, because I'm trying to show you a nasty combo at the end of the video. Now, the extra deck. So, 3 Yummy Snatchy, one of the best cards in the deck, has 2 effects. When it's summoned, you place a field spell from your deck or hand to face up to the spell and trap zone. And then quick effect, once per chain, pay 100 life points and synchro summon. And all the Yummy cards, synchro monsters, can use a level 1 Link monster as a tuner. So keep that in mind. So, Minion's really good to, especially in late game if you're trying to grind out, you can just keep replacing stuff. So, the other ones we're playing Cupsy Yummy Way. So, all the Yummies have 2 effects. They do something when they're on their field, and then when your opponent activates a card or effect, they tag out to special summon 2 Yummies engraved. So, what Cupsy does is on summon, it adds 2 Yummy cards from deck to graveyard, or from deck to hand, and then you discard a card. So, it's a very important part of your combo. Lollipop Way, special summons 2. So, often all those are the ones you're going to be using. Cookie Way, Book of Moons 2 cards. So usually you're going to end on a Link monster and a Synchro and another Yummy, so that way the Synchro can tag out into stuff in your graveyard, and then you can quick Synchro with Snatchy and one of your Yummies to make Cookie, and then Book of Moon everything on your opponent's side. So just the amount of interaction we have on our opponent's turn is ridiculous. And then we got the other Yummy cards, because Herald is great. So we would be playing a bunch of other Yummy stuff, but as I said, we're playing Fiendsmith. So time for the ugly stuff. So all the Fiendsmith extra deck stuff that we have to put into this deck because it's good. There are a lot of other things I should be using in this. Like I do have the Sky Striker engine, and I do have a few other things, and Little Knight to round it off. But I'm just testing this version of the deck right now because I'm not sure what version I want to play, but this is just the first one I'm going to end up making. And then the side deck I'll quickly show you because I'm still kind of working on it. So for the mirror match and other things, Droplet's just been really good for me recently. Lancia's, 3 Droll for K9 Vanquish Soul, Mitsurugi Raizio, 3 Solemn because going second, people are going to play board breakers and blow this deck out. That's one thing this deck is weak to. If you Regaki or Dark Hole and you blow up the board, the Yummy Synchros will not do anything, because if I chain to bring back all the Yummies, the Dark Hole is just going to resolve and blow them all up. So, and Pankratops is really, really good, because Pankratops beats over Herald without creating chains. And then for the one thrust target, we're playing a Lightning Storm. So originally, I was going to be playing something else, but I don't know what to play. I was going to play Mischief of the Gnomes or something, but I'm still trying to figure out what to play. Alright, so let me explain to you a busted combo quickly that I was watching. So if you have, let me move the camera a little bit so you can see it. There we go. Alright, so if you have Cupsy Yummy, or if you have Snatchy, and then you have a Yummy monster, and then you activate Surprise, you activate Surprise's first effect. The effect is to bounce. The cost to bounce is to target 2 monsters. So you're going to target these 2 and then target 2 of your opponents. That's Chainlink 1. Chainlink 2, you pay 100 for Snatchy or to Synchro Summon. So you can quickly Synchro Summon into any Yummy monster. and then change resolve backwards, surprise will bounce to, because as you can see, it says target 2 light beast must use control into your opponent's controls with the semicolon. That's the cost. They don't have to be bounced, they have to be targeted. So it's very busted that you just target 2 things and then you get a free bounce. So this deck has a lot of work to do. I'm not the best with it. I play it when I have time. If you have any advice on how to improve it, please let me know. I know the pure version is probably better in the end. I just want to experiment with the Fiendsmith version before the ban list comes out. But thank you for taking the time for checking out my Fiendsmith Yummy deck profile. I will try to have duels on it, but as time progresses, the Yummy deck is going to become one of the most popular decks on the TCG. So on this channel, I may not show many Yummy duels, but you can definitely know that the Yummy deck is one of the main decks on this channel that you can expect to see. But thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. Take care. See you guys later.